Thomas Lyons Raps on TV here for the Canary Riverside Hotel for the undercard press conference. Just finished for Dillian Whyte's WBC interim world title fight against Oscar Rivas. Fortunate to be joined by his trainer Mark Tibbs. Firstly, Mark, nice to see you again.
Good to see you, sir.
How's things been?
Yeah, things are going well. Things are all good.
Good. Training's been good with the lads in the gym. Richard Riakporhe, Charlie Duffield, all firing on all cylinders.
All firing on all cylinders. No injuries. Nothing to have any excuses about.
Yeah. Ahead of Saturday night, obviously a thriving stable. You've got up in Loughborough. Obviously the transition that the guys have made up there to kind of improve their sports nutrition, their performance enhancement, sort of all those attributes to the sport. How has that aided them for their performances ahead of Saturday night?
Well, we've got a good facility up there in Loughborough. We work with some good people like Al Stewart, Simon Wallace and Simon Evans, and a guy called Ben and Ed. Yeah, so it's been very good, and Nathan. So we've got a good setup up there. Yeah.
And obviously a tight knit kind of family vibe up in the gym. I mean, I was speaking to Charlie. He said that kind of the way Dillian's kind of paved the way for the likes of Richard, the other fighters in the gym. John Pester, Harding Jr. Come through the ranks. Aid them, kind of mobilise their sort of attributes to get them to that level. How kind of confident are you with the camp moving forward? How things have?
Well, listen, they're all good. I've got to say something. I forgot Max, young Max. He's a good asset to the team as well.
Definitely.
But anyway, see all the fighters we just spoke about. They're all proper fighting men. They're all game, but they're willing to learn. They're willing to know how. They're willing to learn how to box and outfox sort of thing. So they want to learn their craft, and they're hungry for that. So that makes them very dangerous. And they're proper born fighters. Yeah.
And it was mentioned obviously in the press conference. Richard's story is well documented. Was having been stabbed when he was 15. Come back through that. As a coach, how kind of proud and happy are you the way Richard's kind of put himself back on the straight and narrow and a positive outlook to younger people coming through?
It's a very inspiring story. I mean, where they've come from. It ain't been easy. They got caught up in certain things in their lives, but the way they've turned their lives around, and the way they speak, and they're smart people, and they're only making good of themselves. And they're gonna, people on the streets, what's going on in the streets, need to look and wake up to these sort of people. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
First fight, Charlie Duffield gets his shot at the Southern Area title against Dan Aziz. Again, both top men that kind of have come through the embryonic stages, the York Halls, the lower kind of marquee shows. But now, massive platform here with Matchroom, Sky Sports.
They've got both of them have got a very big opportunity to pave their way to bigger things. And it's a 50-50 fight, no doubt about that. But I feel my man's the bigger man, the stronger man, and he should be the dominator in it. But not underestimating Dan one bit. He's a very good boxer. He's a good athlete. He's fluid. The styles will gel, and the fans are going to be in for a treat for sure.
A largely maintained kind of press conference today, a lot of composure from the fighters, but a little bit of needle there between Richard and Chris Smith, sort of about previous kind of stories about sparring and stuff. I mean, how much do you think that's going to aid the performances from both men on Saturday night? I mean, Richard obviously your counterpart in terms of working with him, but also Chris Smith. This fight is going to surely catch fire.
It's a very, very good fight, and again, the fans are going to be in for a lovely surprise. But I feel my man is very sharp. He's got power in both hands, but he don't look for the one punch. He sets things up. He's learned how to set things up. He's learned to box, and it's going to be a good fight. For sure, 100%. That's another 50-50 fight.
Yeah, it is, 100%. I mean, everyone's talking about it from the kind of wider boxing fraternity about these massive fights being, put on the big bills and kind of getting that credibility and exposure.
Sure.
Main event, Dillian Whyte I mean, this whole WBC saga that's been going on. I'm sure you probably saw the article that we wrote about sort of the stagnation with the WBC, their kind of mistreatment, mismanagement with the situation. How kind of relieved are you, for Dillian's sake, from a personal level, that he's got the shot at the interim title?
To be honest, I haven't given it no thought whatsoever. I'm concentrating on the Rivas fight, and it's all good news, but we've all heard it all before, do you know what I mean? But let's focus on Oscar Rivas, because we don't win against Oscar Rivas. It's not in the bag, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to concentrate on Oscar Rivas. He's a come forward fighter. He's been around. We've not underestimated him, not one bit, and we've done our work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we've all been kind of paying attention with Dillian's progress, you know, his development. Obviously, kind of, you know, teaming up with you, you seem to kind of polish, kind of giving credit to you, polished his array of skill set, you know, made him a more explosive fighter up at Loughborough when the performance kind of specifics are there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Oscar Rivas, like you said there, a massive, you know, kind of step up for Dillian in terms of, you know, it's a banana skin fight for him. He's unbeaten. He has the pedigree. How tough of a challenge is Oscar Rivas?
Listen, Oscar Rivas, man, this is a big stage for him. He's been an avoided fighter, and he ain't avoided fighter for no reason. We know that. These sort of fights make Dillian Whyte tick. This is what gets him up, gets him going.
Yeah.
And where other fighters out there would steer clear of someone like Oscar Rivas, but not Dillian Whyte. That's the way he is. You know, he's cut from a different cloth to some of the fighters out there that duck and dive and swerve certain people. But anyway, I'm very confident in Dillian being he's sharp, he's strong. He has to be, and he's got to be responsive, very responsive.
Yeah.
He has to be very responsive, and I believe he will. And he's got some very cute tricks up his sleeve, and it will be apparent on Saturday night.
And on a more positive note to finish off, obviously the way the division's kind of, you know, it's changed hands in certain respects. Obviously with Andy Ruiz causing the massive shock to Andy Joshua, that's kind of facilitated even a bigger pathway for Dillian to get up the ladder, solidify his position as a top 3 heavyweight, which probably arguably I'd say is up there with the upper elite level of the division. Obviously, remain in focus. I mean, Charlie mentioned it in the interview. He said about the positivity that Dillian's kind of, you know, had on the rest of the camp, how things have kind of materialised with him, and the rest of the guys, even transpiring that down to the likes of Richard, Charlie. So, I mean, moving forward, how much of that positive attitude brings Dillian on? How much of an impact does that have on the?
Well, Dillian's done a great job in naturally. He likes to help people. He likes to help good people. You know, if you see something in them, he gets them around him, and it rubs off. The magic rubs off on the younger ones, so to speak. And he's had a big change on him, but he's still got his own job to do. You know what I mean? And he ain't stupid. He knows what he's got to do, and he helps people he needs to help. And but he's gonna look good. I promise you, Dillian Whyte.
Yeah. Finally, Mark, what can we expect Saturday night?
Well, you're going to expect a great show right through the card. They're all good banging fights. But I'm only interested in my 3 guys. Yeah? They're in 50-50s, but we need 3 strikes. We need 3 winners. But the public are going to be very in for a treat, a very good treat.
Pleasure coming on the platform for the first time, giving us some of your insight into the camp, and got a podcast every Tuesday, so I mean, more than welcome to bring the rest of the guys down to central London,
nice.
Get you into the studio, kind of just get a bit more about kind of your development as a coach and sort of the insight into you. So I appreciate you giving us some of the time, top man.
Good luck, top
Thanks,
man.
man.
Thanks very
Appreciate
much.
that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Thank you.